Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to share with you guys about my lowest grade ever during my first semester in CRNA school. I hope this helped everybody, not just going to CRNA but also in real life, because it really hurt me that grade. Not because I was expecting that much, because I knew it was my fault and I didn't do what I should be doing. So let's listen to the story and hopefully everybody learns from my story. So I was in the first semester of my CRNA school, and we had this class, anesthesia equipment. So anesthesia equipment is mainly the class where you actually learn how to use the machine. You have all those mannequin, you learn how to intubate, you learn all your anesthesia machine part and many other stuff. So in this class we had a paper to write. It was a very big project because it was going to account for like 3% of our entire grade for the class. So the project was like, I think we had like 14 weeks to complete the project. I think it's 12 to 14 weeks to complete the project, and at the end of the project we had to submit it through the school Canvas system and also present our project. So the topic was chosen by every student, but you also had to submit the topic to the instructor to in order for him to validate your topic before you can actually work on your topic. So, and because I started working on my project in the very beginning of the class, like the first few weeks starting the semester, because I knew that my semester was going to be busy and I just wanted to remove that out of the way. So I was among the first person to submit my topic to my instructor, and because there were not many people choosing the topic, so he just gave me a head go start. So I started working on my project. My project was very broad, so I was talking about all the new innovation in when handling difficult airways. So I would talk about how you can use the ultrasound, how you can use x-ray, how you can use MRI scans. So it was a very broad project, and before I even started working on, I didn't really go over the specific of what the assignment was requiring. So I wrote down my paper and everything was looking great. And in reading myself, I realized that it was a very broad topic, but to me, I was like, okay, after the 12 to 14 weeks, I'm gonna be able to condense it and put on my trifold and present only the condensation of what I did. So that is why I kept going with the project. So I submitted my project, and then it was time to present the project. Like I told you guys in my videos, my school is going through the hybrid system, so I actually need to travel to go on campus when it's time for intensive. So that intensive, we had to also present our project. So because I was flying, I couldn't take my trifold with me, so I shipped it through the Amazon, and I just used my regular printer at home, and I just printed something and I travel with my glue. So the night before the presentation, I just glue everything on my trifold, and I didn't even have a chance to really do the resume of this broad topic because I was also preparing for my finals, and during the intensive is very intense. You don't really have time. You're on campus by 7. You have to do everything they ask you to do. You leave by 4. You are exhausted. You just have time to browse over what you did, you went through. And at the same time, you also have classes and sometimes exams. But this time we didn't have exam. We only had classes, intensive, and we were supposed to present that project. So the first thing that struck me when I brought my trifold to the school, it wasn't the worst, but it also wasn't the best. Every student had his own way. Some people were able to like printed well, like Home Depot, like that, because they were not flying, so it was easier for them to bring it to school like that. So I am not gonna take that as an excuse, because other people who travel were able to reach to the school town and get it printed by Home Depot and make it looks more professional. So this is my first track that I realized that I should have done better. Now, the second point is that on top of my topic being broad, I didn't really take time to condense it. Like I didn't learn my frame on how to present, where to put which one there. So my trifold was a little bit like full, and it was not easily readable. Like I didn't paste my paper with every step aligned. And on top of my trifold, I did not bring my main title topic on the top, which was kind of confused because I had these three sides, 1, 2, 3, and I pasted the beginning of my poster here, and then the second here, and the third here. So in order to read the title of my poster, you had to go through the first part of the poster, but I should have put like I course on my poster. So this was another mistake that I realized when I started looking at other people poster, and I felt like, yes, I didn't do great. And thirdly, I forgot my school badge. You know, when you're presenting, you also want people to identify you. It's a great thing to say, oh, my name is this, but at the same time, people don't keep names like that. You want your badge to be very readable, and I forgot my badge that morning, and this was another strike to me. But I was already there. I couldn't cry over spilled milk, so I just had to keep going. And then when actually they came in and the different instructor came in, first of all, I didn't know it was going to be different instructor. I thought it was going to be our instructor, and because he is an awesome instructor, but he's also very gentle and relaxed. So my expectation wasn't to be like super duper professional. So I was hoping that, I thought it was gonna be my regular instructor, but it was a mix of different instructor going through your poster. So I kind of also failed on my expectation. And from this, I learned that if you want to do something, shoot for the best. Give it all. So don't think, oh, it's just because it's a presentation, or maybe the professor was just smoothly giving you like different advice and guidance, that you're not going to take it seriously. And honestly, and was my biggest mistake, I didn't take it seriously. And they always emphasize on the fact that this is a doctorate program. You have to start like taking into habit to present or think, or knowing that you are at a higher level learning. So my expectation was already biased. So when they came in, when different instructors started coming and looking at the poster, when they arrived and they were like, okay, who wants to go first? And I told myself, like always, I don't know why I always do that. I always want to go first, but this is another thing that I feel like I need to change. It's a great thing to go first if you are ready, but when you are not very ready quite, you want to also stay back and observe how other people present and take the feedback and apply it into your presentation. Actually, I have a lot of classmates who does that, and I saw a couple of times like people don't tend to go first, and I realized that this is why, because they want to take the feedback, so when it's their turn they can do better than the person who went first. But because I already have all this thing going in my mind, I was already defeated, and I said, okay, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way so I can go about and read for my finals. So I shoot my hand up. I said, okay, I want to go first. And first thing, I so I'm gonna tell you guys how things went, and I'm gonna tell you the feedback from the instructor, and she was all the way right. So the first thing is I did not present myself. I was such in a hurry. We had 10 minutes to present, and I feel like this is a decent time that you have to present a project. So, but I don't know, for some reason, I didn't have a backbone frame on how to present. So I did not introduce myself, and she had to remind me to introduce myself. And the next step that I did, like I told you guys, the title of my poster wasn't showing across. So I started talking about the title, but they couldn't figure out where is the title. So again, they had to stop me and ask me where was the title of my project. And I was like, shoot. So I had to show them the title. And my third question that they asked me was like, why did you choose such a broad topic? And I had to be honest, and I told them that I chose my topic quite from the first week of the semester, when I didn't even know what the anesthesia course was going to be. And because I started working on, I didn't want to go back again and change everything or choose a different topic when I actually felt how the class was. And this is why. And so I knew I couldn't beat that. So I just kept quiet. And because I was already tense, so in my mind, I was just kind of trying to speed up to the end and just get it out of the way. But I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't prepared, guys. So after that topic and stuff, I started reading. Basically, I was reading, but I was also talking a little bit. But because I didn't have like a frame, so I wasn't my presentation wasn't flowing. So they had to stop me quite a few times because they were lost, and I had to show them the picture, and I had to go back to the previous things, that so it wasn't coherent all the way. And because I wasn't prepared, and I thought this was gonna be just like a light presentation like we did in nursing school, nothing more, but was actually quite heavy. So, and after all thing done, she actually emphasized on all the stuff that I've been telling you guys. And also she talked about my posture, how you want to have an open posture when you present. You don't want to hide your poster. You don't want to stand in front of your poster. You want to stand to the side. And you also want to communicate with your body. You want to have your body communicate. Like when you talk about something, you need to be open. Your mannerism is all these things count into presenting a topic. And also because my topic was very broad, there was not substantiate thing to learn out of it, because they already know it. And I was talking about innovation in difficult airways. So everybody know you can use a gyroscope, you can use this and this and this. So there was nothing like new advancement shows that, or this. And my references were not all the way side through. It's true that I had the reference listed, but the citation in between my lines were not for every test. So I also lost some points on that. But she was right, and I knew that I didn't do the right thing, and I had a C on that very presentation. And I think that was it was a fair game because I wasn't ready. So what can we learn from my mistake that I also learned is, when you do something, regardless of the instruction and stuff, always try to do your best. Go above and beyond of what you can do. So don't take anything light, especially in school, because you don't know who is gonna. Because I didn't know that another instructor was coming to grade us. So if I knew that, I would have be better prepared, I think so. But this is the first thing I learned. Whatever you do, just do your best. Go to your above and beyond. And the second thing is get prepared. Get prepared. What I mean by that, get other people input. Like, you want to choose a topic, take a specific topic first, a topic that people can learn from your presentation, or people can actually realize the importance of your presentation in that practice. And also let other people read through. Like, you sometimes when you are the one writing, you might not see some mistakes, but when somebody read proof after you, they might say, oh, I don't think you should put so much accent to this point rather than this point, and that's how you make your modification and it looks better. Don't rush. I learned that in anesthesia school, not just for this project. You don't want to rush for anything. Even when you are learning, I know it's such a huge amount of information and you don't have time, but at the same time, you don't want to rush. So even if you have to write like 2 sentences per day, but you keep committing in making your research on that topic, you don't want to rush, because the more time you take, the more you hug your topic, the more you feel the topic, and you're gonna be a better presenter. And fourthly, like I said, look for your other options. Like me, because I thought, oh, I'm gonna fly, I'm just gonna ship my trifold through Amazon and I'm gonna paste this thing. But if I actually communicate with my other classmates who were flying, I would have known that, okay, I'm gonna fly a little bit early and get there, go to a Home Depot and get my presentation printed. So this is also something, it goes in the same way with asking other people input to improve yourself. So you don't just want to be in your little cage and think, oh, everything is roses, and then end up with a C like I did. So don't just do that. And another point is that be prepared for your presentation. You really want to read through, you want to practicing presenting, you want to keep in your mind that you have a higher level of education and the expectation that they have is also high. So you don't want to set yourself low. You want to present like a doctorate level student, and you also want to teach them something during your presentation. It's true that they will hear what they already know, but you want also to bring new advancement, research. You want to incorporate that all through. And also make sure your poster looks appealing. Make sure your title goes across. Make sure you have a decent, from the beginning to the end, cohesion with your topic. So make sure everything is nice. You don't need much to make it nice, but just make sure it's all through the way coherent. And also when you present, try not to talk as I'm talking. Try not to bring the or like things like that. Try to be small during your presentation and bringing this high level of education into it. Do not forget your ID, like I did. Present yourself, who you are, and sometimes it's quite good to give them the why you choose the topic, because they want also to know that you also have interest to the topic, not just presenting for the grade. And I think that this is what I learned from my mistake. And actually we have a bigger project that is called Capstone I think it's during the semester 5, and I am going to really apply myself, guys, and I will keep you posted. Now, thank you for listening to this. If you like this video, please thumbs up, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next videos.